The growing number of people infected with COVID-19 in Kenya has effectively affected the normal running of businesses across the country, leaving many without jobs and highly dependent on food donations from well-wishers. However, distribution of donated food in Taita Taveta County seems to be leaving a huge chunk of the elderly population out, as Vilotino now reports.
Like many other places across the country, COVID-19 crisis is also a hunger crisis, and for that reason, counties like Taita Taveta have designated areas to serve as food banks. As the distribution of food continues, a section of senior citizens, especially those living in informal settlements, say the county seems to have forgotten them.
Well, this is one of the areas with people living below $1 a day, majority of them being the elderly. Despite the donation of food by the well-wishers through the government to the most vulnerable communities, the residents here say they haven't yet received any food.
Some of the elderly living here are unable to move, communicate, nor see, so they really depend on those close to them. Meet 70 years old Peter Maganga, a resident of Mwakingali in Voi.
Hali imekuwa ngumu kwa corona, naiombea Mungu aipitishe. Chakula, nina shida na chakula kwa sababu kupata kwangu ni ngumu. Sitoki nikaenda mahali, nikitaka kama nikipata tu hela, nikitaka kitu dukani, ni mpaka nitume.
Sasa sijazipata mimi. Na nilipeleka picha tangu ni mzima. Hata juzi nauliza na siasa tokapo hapo zinapotoka. Nasema mtoto nenda kanitazame jina langu. Baba huyu namwambia ndiye mkanitazame jina. Sijaona tofauti yote.
We also visited another lady who's very old. She's not getting even the money that's meant to take care of old people. And she's always hoping that one day she's going to get the same money. Whereas on the other side, she's taking care of her children, her grandchildren, and she could not actually be able to make ends meet. So she's actually dependent on well-wishers.
Few kilometers from her is another old woman. She cannot talk, but she expressed her joy seeing us visiting. These are among many senior citizens across the country who need support in this difficult time.
The segment of people we are focused on this time round during this pandemic is the golden ages, as you call them. That's a nice name. And simply because, most of the people in that age are dependent already, even outside the times of the crisis. These are people who depend on their children who are working as casual laborers or something. There is a good program, of course, for the aged in Kenya where they get a stipend, but unfortunately, it's not all of them who get it. It's not everybody who was captured. Because most of them live under $1. They don't even have a mobile phone, even a mulika mwizi. So we had to find a means of getting the help to them without having to transfer the money to somebody else, and then it reaches them.
Together with her husband, Rachel donates food to the elderly all the way from Norway where she lives through vouchers, meaning that the beneficiary will have freedom of getting whatever they need directly from the nearest shops or groceries.
So the best way was to strike a deal with the kiosks near where they live, and the kiosks serve them. We are happy, we are so privileged as Kenyans because we have M-Pesa. When money is involved, that is where the biggest problem comes in. So they just need to distribute the vouchers, and I just need to pay for the vouchers at a kiosk through M-Pesa. And the people just go and take the things.
These are among many senior citizens across the country who need support in this difficult time. Food banks in Voi, where people can pick up donated items, are struggling to keep up, and the county resource mobilization team has warned of food crisis in the coming weeks. Bilotino, NTV, Taita Taveta.